Coming to you after a beautiful, fantastic workout, and I'm in a sweaty striped sweater, and you know what that means, guys. It's Wellness Nerd Out time! What's going on, you guys? Happy Wellness Nerd Out time, and today we are going to be talking about huperzine A. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to get to you in a second here, but let's get right into it. As there are no birthdays to address today, and if we missed you, happy birthday, enjoy your day, all right? But when we talk about huperzine A, so what is it? Where does it come from? What does it do? We'll tell you all that, people. So huperzine A is a naturally occurring organic compound, and it is specifically a cholinergic sesquiterpene alkaloid compound that is most commonly extracted from the fir moss plant huperziaserrata. Albeit there are other species of huperzia, this is the most common plant, that is, at least species of the plant, huperziaserrata, that huperzine A is extracted from. So let's kind of break down what these words mean, right? Because a lot of us are like, what the hell is going on, right? Unless you're Kevin Whitbeck. I know you know what all that means. And I talked to him today, man. I love you, dude. It was great talk. You know, I talked to some other old friends today too, and it just you guys made my day. You really did. But not to get off topic here. So when we say cholinergic sesquiterpene alkaloid compound, well, let's go one by one here down the line. So cholinergic just means that it promotes increased levels or sustained levels of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, right? And we'll talk about what exactly acetylcholine is known for, what it does in a minute here. So when we say sesquiterpene, what do we mean? Well, sesquiterpene is just a type of terpene, okay? And so what are terpenes? well, terpenes are organic compounds found in plants that are volatile, unsaturated hydrocarbons, okay? And then we'll talk about what that means in a second. Don't think we wouldn't, right? That would be cheap. We're never cheap here at One Wellness. And these volatile, unsaturated hydrocarbons, aka terpenes, are most commonly found in the essential oils of plants, and in particular, majorly conifers and citrus plants, all right? So when we say a volatile unsaturated hydrocarbon, well, what is an unsaturated hydrocarbon? Let's start there. So when we say a hydrocarbon, we know it is a hydrocarbon chain, right? And that means it consists of hydrogen atoms and carbon atoms. And these chains can either be linear or they can be kinky and so on. And right? Although they have the same constituents, they can have different functions if they have different shapes and things like that, right? And so just like if you remember us talking about isomers, cis and trans isomers, right? Same constituents, but in different configurations. But anyway, not to get too off topic, it is an unsaturated hydrocarbon. So what does that mean? Well, the reason it's unsaturated is because when we talk about saturation with hydrocarbons, we are referring to the hydrogen atom portion. And so if these carbon atoms are less saturated, aka unsaturated, with hydrogen atoms, well, that means that those bonds have to be taken up by something else to have the same amount of bonds. And so they are taken up with double or triple bonds between these carbons, and that makes them unsaturated or less saturated with hydrogens. And this gives them that kinky chain, right? And it's the same reason that an unsaturated fat is easier to break down than a saturated fat. Albeit double and triple bonds are strong, these kinks in the chain make it easier to break down, that is an unsaturated fat or an unsaturated hydrocarbon in general, than a linear saturated one that just has single bonds between the carbons, and hence the other bonds are taken up by on the sides, right? So that's what we mean by unsaturated hydrocarbon. So what do we mean by We got paused there for a second, poor connection, but I think we're back here. So what do we mean by volatile? Well, being a volatile unsaturated hydrocarbon, that is a terpene, well, that means it has a tendency to become a gas, a strong tendency to form a gas, to turn into a gas. That's all it really means, all right? So now all we got left is alkaloid, and we've said what an alkaloid is here at When Wellness before. We were talking about caffeine, among other supplements, right? But an alkaloid is just a naturally occurring nitrogenous compound found in plants that has pronounced physiological effects in humans, all right? So again, when we talk about huperzine A, because that was a lot, right? It might have been a lot to take in at once. To kind of get back and to sum it up a little bit, huperzine A, extracted from huperziaserrata, most commonly the fermos, right? Huperziaserrata, and it is a volatile unsaturated hydrocarbon that promotes greater levels of acetylcholine or sustained levels of acetylcholine, as it is cholinergic, and it is a nitrogenous compound as well that has pronounced physiological effects, right? So what does it do? Well, now that we know what it is, right, let's talk about the benefits. So I think it's fair that we start by saying, what is acetylcholine? What does acetylcholine do in itself? We're talking all this, cholinergic lingo and how that's so important and great, but why, right? Well, acetylcholine is commonly known as the learning neurotransmitter. And in addition to that, it plays a role at the neuromuscular junction with muscle contraction. So it's for this reason that both scholars and weightlifters alike commonly supplement with cholinergic supplements, right? They commonly take cholinergic supplements, all right, for both muscle contraction again and for improved learning, right? Improved more thinking power, right? Things like that, right? With the acetylcholine having majorly that neurological effect, all right? So I do want to say though, with huperzine A, which is our topic of the day, aside from talking about just acetylcholine, when we talk about huperzine A, now how is it? How is it cholinergic? All right, how exactly? So does it make more acetylcholine? Does it prevent it from getting broken down? It's the latter. Prevents it from getting broken down. And the way it does that is it inhibits an enzyme called acetylcholinesterase. So acetylcholinesterase, again, breaks down or metabolizes acetylcholine. So if we can inhibit that, that means we'll have greater, more sustained, longer lasting, sustained levels of acetylcholine in both the central and the peripheral nervous system, right? And so the benefits from that, when we talk about huperzine A, well, it is, of course, a nootropic. No surprise there. Promotes greater levels, sustained levels of the learning neurotransmitter, as we just said, acetylcholine, right? It improves overall brain health, right? So just benefiting your brain in so many ways here. And huperzine A has also been shown to slow cognitive decline in the elderly and in general, that is, right? Slowing cognitive decline. But on top of that, it's been shown, huperzine A, to slow cognitive decline in those with neurodegenerative disease or, say Alzheimer's disease, for example, right? Such as Alzheimer's disease, which there are obviously other neurodegenerative diseases, but it's just great for your brain, people. So, those are the major benefits there of huperzine A. And again, it's a totally natural substance. It's a totally natural compound. So great supplement, And it's become more and more popular in nootropic stacks and even some pre-workout stacks or nootropic pre-workout mixes. So what's the dosage? If you're going to get it, you're going to weigh it out yourself, or if you're looking to see what a supplement has to see if it's legit or not. Well, the daily dosage of huperzine A is 50 to 200 micrograms, okay? I say that 3 times, really emphasizing it, because do not take milligrams. Do not take grams. You need very little of this stuff. It is very potent. 50 to 200 micrograms, okay? And that's in a full day. So, that's a little fun gist on huperzine A. What it is, how it can help you, what it does, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Let's see who we got here and talk to the people for a second here. IBFR, what's up, girl? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Hope you got something out of that. Parker, what's up, my man? I'm surprised you're alive today. You had a great day yesterday. You had a lot of fun. Oh, man. Who the F is Rob Reyes? I guess you, Rob Reyes. I don't know. Is that your name? I can't say the F word on here. I don't want to. Tish as Daily Dose. Hey, thanks for tuning in, you guys. We're seeing some new faces here, and that's not a new one. Gino Giacoya, how you doing, man? What's up, my brother? Thanks for hopping on. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy when wellness, and we'll see you tomorrow, people. Thank you very much. Have a good one.